morning, lovely people. How are you all doing today? I hope you're well. I've been relegated to my stool again because the daybed is full of bags of lavender because I haven't strung them up yet. And the only bit of space left on my daybed is full of cat. You alright, Rusty? What a gorgeous, glorious day. It's fairly bright, a little bit breezy. We have our heat wave, crazy heat wave. The last time you saw me in that was the day I was harvesting the lavender. I've got to say, by the way, that was about 3 days ago. I haven't been back to the garden since. Coming back today and opening the shed door. Oh my goodness, this lavender smell. Combination of the smell and it's warm in here. Oh, I just get on that bed and have a sleep. If it weren't for the fact that the bed is taken up with all the bags and no longer a cat. Have I got my seat back now, Rusty? Thank you. Yeah, so that heat wave, it's over. We've had a couple of really cloudy, grey days, a little bit of rain, not a huge amount. And it's amazing coming back to the garden today. In the space of, let me think about it, when was that? So Saturday, Friday, it's 2 days. 2 full days, call it 3 days since I was last here. And in that time, oh my goodness, so much foliage has died back. Mostly with the squash. Beans are dry on the vines. So the whole point of coming today was to harvest beans because I want to harvest them demi-sec, which is when they're still, the bean is at its most plump in the pod, but it hasn't started to dry yet. I pod them, take those beans and I freeze them. I like to do it that way because it just speeds up the cooking process. From the freezer, 10-15 minute boil, a bit longer if it's a steam, done. As opposed to dried beans which want an overnight soak and then an hour of boiling or 2 hours if it's really big beans like gigantes, whatever. I think I've missed the boat with a lot of them. I'll show you in a second. But the other thing, I completely forgot. They've just been revealed. It is now, I think, about 4 weeks since I first spotted blight and decided to rescue my tomatoes. The rescue was staggered. The Gardener's Delight had them all out straight away. And then the following week, 10 days later, it was the Amish paste and Rose de Berne. I forgot, of course, I put 2 spare, was it Rose de Berne or Amish paste? Can't remember which, but I put 2 spares of either Rose de Berne or Amish paste in with my squash teepees. And of course, when it came to that blight time and I was taking plants out, I forgot I planted those 2. And by then they were so completely submerged in squash foliage, I'd just completely forgotten them. Anyway, I've seen them today. There's some fruit. There's also some blight. Actually, let's get hold of... Oh, can I do it without getting out of my seat? Oh, no, I can't. I was trying to reach down for my small harvesting basket. Let's go and grab those tomatoes now before I forget about them again. Gorgeous day. Oh, I'm wondering about the wind. It is a bit blowy out there. Never mind, we'll see. Come on, let's go and pick some forgotten tomatoes. Oh, everything's so crispy underfoot. So, yeah, this is a nice little surprise harvest, little bonus. Let's have those off. Oh, whoppers there. Oh, it's one big whopper. All the ones I rescued. Oh, that one's got blight in it, but that one hasn't. Yeah, all the ones that were rescued. Even the ones that were really, really, really green. You know, a few days in my front window, sunny window, and they all ripened. So I'm really, really, really happy that I have been able to make up a load of tomato sauce. Is that it? Oh, green one. Hold on a tick. Yeah, a load of tomato sauce for the freezer. In the end, I think I've managed to make 24 portions. The equivalent of 24 tins of tomatoes. That's great. Add them, a couple more. Add those to, I think it's now about 20 left from last year. You know, it's getting on for one portion a week. This, today, well, this will make another portion. So I've gone from thinking I would only have enough for one portion a week, one portion a fortnight, to one portion a week. What a happy little bonus crop. Oh, I'm so grateful for every single last tomato this year. Right, the other thing I want to get, I've just spotted another one. The other thing I want to harvest today, whether they're ripe or not, all my peppers, because honestly I've lost so many this year to slugs. I'm not having it. I'm not having it. It's such a wonderful tangle of beans, tomatoes and squash in here. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Even in its dying back state. Have I found them all now? Yeah, that's it. Right. Bigger basket needed for the peppers than this one, I hope. How do I get out? Oh my goodness. Whoopla. It suddenly looks really dark overhead. Eek. Well, I'm just going to get the lot of my peppers off today, ripe or not. As I've mentioned previously, even when they're green, they're perfectly edible. They're just not as sweet. They're not a sweet pepper, they're a bitter pepper. Oh, these little dinky ones. One person pepper. But my goodness, I've lost so many this year. Oh, yuck. As soon as I touched it, yuckiness. I think from the orange bell, this one I'm picking now, I'm going to have a nice harvest. It's still going to be a nice harvest. And I'm not going to dwell on what could have been, what should have been, without the pesky slugs. Never mind. They're pretty. I mean, look. Is there anything more perfect? Gorgeous. So, yeah, orange bells off. Then we're going to go and get the paprikas, which have baby snails. Get off. The paprika peppers have had an even worse hammering than the orange bell, but worse than all, my poor du long de londe. It's my lovely French Basque region peppers. I think there might be 3 to pick. That one's just had a bit of a nibble. Quickly get it home, get it open, evict whoever might be hiding in there. Yeah. This is happy making. I've said it a few times already this year. Oh, let me scooching bum over. And I was just saying it to one of my neighbours as well, that yeah, there have been times this year of being really disappointed with things. I think for me one of the biggest disappointments was just not getting as much time here as I would like. But yeah, disappointment in the way of harvests, tomatoes of course. But for each, you know, for each disappointment, there's 10, 20 more lovely things to enjoy and celebrate. Yay! Wait, there's a few more. Oh, what's really interesting, this was the main patch of them, and they've, oh, blah, that one just fell off. They've done well. They've done absolutely fine here. Folk always worry about how closely I plant, but I'd read somewhere that planting them closely, they like to be close together. It seems to work. They've done grand. And then I had a few spare, and I put them next to you, just under your feet. And they've really not done very well at all. Let me try and grab that one off to show you. I mean, okay. Spot the difference. It's one of those things I wonder, because they're right next door to my Cove Tronchuda perennial kale, Portuguese cabbage, the lovely little seedling that Paul gave me, which is now huge. A couple of possibilities. One, did the cabbage steal too much water? A few possibilities, in fact. Did the cabbage get too big and shade them out, and because of the shade, it stunted their growth? Is it one of these, what's it called, allelopathic things, where there's some sort of enzyme that, because they're next to the chickpeas as well, there's chickpeas, a brassica surrounding them. Is there something in one of those plants? Is there an enzyme that's found its way that they didn't like? I'm not sure. What I am sure of is that this kind of block planting I've done for the last few years does seem to work, and I should carry on with it. Actually, this is the first time I've block planted the orange bell. I always used to do them in a row in front of the cukes. But I'd block planted my paprikas and it worked so well, I thought, yeah, I'll replicate that with the orange bell this year, and it's, you know, they're great. I'm chuffed. Oh, a couple more there. Let me get me secateurs. And then let's go and have a look, see what on earth is rescuable in the paprikas and dulongs. Oh, and another. I'm not going to take the actual plants out yet. There's a couple of teeny tiny fruits left still. I don't expect anything to come from them, but I'm not going to take the plants out yet, just because their roots are kind of giving the soil some structure. I don't have any mulch to put on this bed, so I'd rather leave the plants there until I can find some mulch. Then I can have the plants out, chop them up, mulch, get the bed covered. Never mind that. Whoa. How lovely. And that's just the orange bells. Let's go and grab the paprikas. Getting towards dry. Quick. Oh, can't reach. Tiddlers. too dry. Seed saving, seed saving. Are we done? Seeds. Cool. Oh my goodness. Chunky beans inside. Not yet. Not yet. Oh, sorry, missed the top. Today's pick of runners and Churchill Black. This is all about picking them for podding. Get those beans out, get them frozen. What kind of hear rustling? So I'm not picking them all today, just the really fat ones. And making sure I leave a whole section for seed saving. Oh, beautiful. Content. Just down at my feet under you are the cocoa de pampole. I'm keeping a really close eye on them because there's a really small window that's perfect for harvest. I want to get it just right. Having missed so many of my other just right moments this year. It's been so quiet today. Not many folk around. You might be able to hear a bit of humdrum in the background. There's a big music festival happening up my road. But yeah, it's so quiet. But my neighbour that way has been here, and it's been great because she's a sports nut too. So we've been reliving all our favourite moments from, well, all of the tennis this year so far, and the Olympics, and of course more recently the Paralympics. It's really great to have a body that's as passionate as me, because we don't bore each other. If I was talking all that stuff to anyone else, they'd make their excuses and leave. Oh, they. Oh, how am I going to get you out? I need to get a wriggle on with all of my bean harvests now because things are drying so quickly. There are quite a few beans that have just, they've dried too much. So, hang on a tick. I just have to say, you know what, okay, I'm going to be storing them dried. That's okay. But the ones I can get that are still wet, good. I was going to say that will do for now, but on the inside, there's still loads. Oh, happy, happy, happy days. I said happy days. Oh my goody goodness. I think that will do for now though, because just always being mindful of time. Yes, I've probably got time to pick the entire garden, but then I wouldn't have time to pod everything and get everything preserved. So, just 2 more. Oh, I need to clean my secateurs. I can't open my secateurs, never mind, I'll rip them off. 1, 2, 3 more. Yeah, I need to have time to look after this lot. So, let's get podding. Oh, it's a very pleasing little harvest today. So that's the rescued tomatoes. Some nice big ones in there. I think that will do, I think that might do 2 portions of sauce. 1.5. The beautiful orange bell. I mean, look. Is there anything more? I can't get you in there. It's so gorgeous. Oh, so the colour is just, ridiculous. Orange out. So I'm really pleased with those, and considering how many I lost, I've still come out with a nice chunk of them. The paprikas, way less so. Oh my goodness. And the Dulong de Londe. I just love this. Beautiful, glossy skin. Glossy and wrinkly. Gorge. So with the Dulong, there are still a few green ones on there. I've left them. Let's see if they'll ripen up. The paprikas, I haven't left any. Just had them all off today because, as I was saying, I don't know how many I've harvested today, about 10. I must have lost 40, for goodness sakes. So they're lovely. Pleased with those. I need to crack into some podding. The Churchill Black, the Scarlet Emperors, both for the beans inside the pods. With the Churchill Black, I am seed saving. But I've already, oh my goodness, I've been asked for seed for these from so many folk. I don't think I'm going to have any to share, any to spare, to put on my website, unfortunately. But it's great, loads of folk want them and are going to grow them on. Fab. And then from my neighbour next door, he gave me a carrot. It looks like it's crossing its legs because it needs the loo. And then also this, it's very like Helder. It's a Swiss butterbean. So ideally pick them when they're sort of this greeny yellow, when they're small and tender. By this stage they might get a little bit tough, but they're exactly like the Helder, that they're sort of like a stringless runner bean. They're very smooth and soft, not rough, hairy and stringy. So I'm going to try those, and if I like them, they will pass some seed on to me. I saw them and I thought, surely they're Helder. The difference is the seeds inside will be black, whereas the seeds inside Helder stay white. Yay! Right, that's enough to be getting on with. For the peppers, I'm just going to sit down. Hang on a tick. That's better. My knees are really had enough today. Just to say with the peppers, in terms of keeping them, very, very simple. Everything I do is simple. Give them a quick wash. Even though I'm organic, they're a bit dusty, a bit spiderwebby, a bit snaily, what have you. Quick wash. Get them chopped up. Chop them exactly as if I was using them for a meal. Obviously de-seed them, keep the seeds for next year. Obviously the little stalky bit there, that's the only bit that will get chopped out and thrown onto the compost. But yeah, chopped up exactly as I would if I was preparing them for a meal. But then just put that all into one of my little takeaway tubs to go in the freezer. Pepper that size, I'll just put one into one of those tubs. If they're a bit smaller, let's see, just reaching. So with these, I'll probably chop and put both of these into one of my tubs. Oh my goodness, sunshine, sunny, wow, it's so bright. Look at my glowing peppers. Yeah, it's basically the equivalent of one of those tubs would equal the same amount I'd use as a portion for when I'm cooking. So, you know, soups, what have you, curries, whatever it is in the winter, just pull one of those trays out, and that's my portion of pepper to use in my cooking. So hopefully between all this lot, maybe about 15 portions, fine, you know. That would be like one a week over the winter, but I don't use that many, so it'll be like one every 2 weeks for 30 from now until next spring. It's fine, it's great. So I better get them all home, hadn't I? Wash them, chop them, freeze them, put more seeds on the front windowsill. Oh my goodness, I've just cleared my front windowsill of the broad bean seeds and the sweet pea seeds. Just got my front windowsill back, and now I've got some more tomatoes to add to it, and of course the pepper seeds. So yeah, it's time for me to say cheerio. I need to get home, get on with this lot. I think before I do, I'm just going to sit for a few minutes because it is so quiet here today. It's not a soul. I've seen a few people this morning, but there's not a soul around now, so I'm just going to sit and appreciate it for a while. Alright lovelies, I hope I will see you again soon. What's next on the agenda? I don't know. You know, before we know it, I can't wait. It's always, I think, yeah, it's pretty much my favourite harvest of the year to come. The squash harvest. So yeah, the squash harvest, and my annual picture here with my squash on the table and me sitting behind all proud and happy. I hope I'm going to be proud and happy again this year. I was just joking with my neighbour next door to say when it's squash harvesting day I need to let her know so that she can come along and do my annual squash harvest photograph. Yay! Maybe in a couple of weeks. Alright lovelies, I will see you soon. Until then, please look after yourselves. Make the most of whatever harvests you're getting. Get them home. Get them dealt with. Get back the next day and do the same again. Gosh, we're lucky, aren't we? We're so lucky. Bye for now, everyone.